Thank you very much for joining us, Pinar, and for your wonderful discussions today and your insights on the monetary policy. Following up on your discussions and your panel discussions, I think the main question as a senior economist at the World Bank, I would like to ask you is, from the World Bank's perspective, how has Uzbekistan's shift towards greater exchange rate flexibility influenced economic stability and competitiveness?
Thank you very much. It is a pleasure to be here and part of the discussion. And today we had a very rich discussion with the distinguished participants, and we heard very useful information, not only for us, for the policy makers going forward. I believe that it's going to be quite helpful. When I come to Uzbekistan has been progressing very well. Of course, macro financial stability is the key, and there has been a lot of progress in that regard. Of course, there's still many things to do going forward, like deepening financial sector and continuing to improve the monetary policy implementation and improving the transmission mechanism in Uzbekistan. So since 2017, ending the dual market, moving to market-based FX pricing, improved the expectations and removed distortion-driven volatility, which are very good outcomes. Since 2019, we see that the CBU's stance of setting gold-related flows and smoothing disorderly moves has kept the regime quite credible. And also Uzbekistan, unlike to many countries, Uzbekistan has ample foreign reserves for absorbing shocks. So this is a very, very positive development in Uzbekistan economy. Of course, they are on the right path in terms of reform agenda, also in terms of the macro financial stability. Going forward, it is important to further strengthen the setting of the clear rules for intervening the market. So let's keep the market fundamentals determine the exchange rate, and keeping the fiscal and monetary policy aligned. This is very important, and also use these ample buffers to smooth and manage expectations proactively. And also, the last but not the least, informing the private sector, business society very well, regularly, in a detailed manner to avoid misperceptions.
That's wonderful. So I think moving forward from that, you've served in many capacities around the world. In your 3 years in Uzbekistan, how well do you think Uzbekistan is doing in its reform agenda? And how does it compare with other developing countries or emerging markets around the globe?
I think Uzbekistan, when we look at the IDA, our World Bank's assessment in terms of reformer countries, Uzbekistan has been one of the top reformers in the world over the last few years. So I think they are improving significantly in terms of reform agenda, in terms of market liberalization, in terms of climate reforms, in terms of social protection, and opening the markets to competition. And WTO membership is the key going forward, because it is not only the accessing the membership, but it's quite a big package that will impact the investors' perception regarding the Uzbekistan. And I think that our analysis also showed that this will attract a lot of attraction and investment to the country, and this will include, of course, productivity gains, more foreign direct investment, and more production, more value added in the country. But of course, SOEs still play a significant role in the economy, both in financial market and non-financial market. And the government is under preparation of a big privatization strategy, and they are taking very good steps going forward. I think sticking to an ambitious agenda in terms of SOE reforms is quite critical going forward for more competitive, inclusive markets and transition to upper middle income country groups.
Thank you. So I think the final question of mine will be, what is one thing you think the world should know about Uzbekistan that it probably misses reading different news or in?
I have been living in Tashkent for almost 3 years. It's a great country to live in, first of all. I can talk about the culture, the people, sincerity, and everything in the country more than an hour. But this is a great country. this country has a great potential despite all the challenges. This country is the only double landlocked country in the world, if we don't count the small country in Europe. So there are many challenges in terms of logistics, in terms of production, accessing to the ports and these kind of issues. There are many challenges, but the country has a great potential, and there is strong political willingness to continue to do reforms and further develop. So this is a great chance for Uzbekistan right now. WTO membership. Also, the country in the region is the most populous country, so which means that it has a big market, and it can be a good signal to the market participants if all the reform actions are in place. So I think Uzbekistan stands at a very good point right now in the region, and I believe that Uzbekistan could be easily a star of the region very soon. It is already on its path. So a lot of young population and a lot of willingness to invest and to make further reforms. I think people will already, foreign investors, foreign countries are aware of this situation, and they will understand more in the upcoming period, I believe.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure speaking to you.
Same here. Thank you very much.